everyone, I hope you're all having a beautiful day so far. Today is part 2 in my Winter Decorate With Me series, and we are going to be tackling the kitchen and dining room, the family room, and also possibly the other side of the entryway, giving everything a really cozy, minimal vibe. I'm excited to kind of change things up and just make it feel really warm and welcoming, and I hope that most of all you'll get some good ideas on ways that you can decorate your home for winter as well. I'll be sharing some tips and tricks throughout the video for you, and as well as possibly 1 or 2 recipes. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and hit that subscribe button. I love to have you here. And if you happen to be new, hello and welcome. My name is Emily. So with that, let's get started. Shelves. I'm going to change it up as far as the colors go this year for winter time. Last year I got this art from Hobby Lobby and I just think it's really pretty. It's a little bit large. Putting something down here, putting it up here. I really like black and white prints. I think you can use them any time of the year, but I really like using them for winter time. But to add that little bit of color, I'm going to use this dark burgundy maple leaf. I got these in the fall. They're from a floral. I don't know if they carry them in winter or not. I know they carry them in fall, but I told you these would be great for winter time, and I'm going to use them here in the kitchen to add that pop of color. So they are very deep, but they're really pretty, and they add a lot of depth. Just kind of like a nice gray base. This is from Target years ago, but there's some other good options. But like I said in my last video, I bend the stem so that it will fit in there. And if I need to adjust it, I can just readjust it. But this has a nice curve to it. So I think I'm just gonna add this right up here. A lot of color to the kitchen without it feeling like spring, because we're not close to spring yet. I got some brass candle holders. I'm gonna add those up there for a little bit warmth of color, and then added some candles to those. It's part of the Studio McGee line. It's from last year though, and it's on clearance if you can find it in store. So I really like this. They do have it online, but I don't think it's on sale online. So I'm gonna add this to the middle, I think. And this is drawing in the burgundy color up there. It's just a lighter tone. I would say this is more of a soft brown with a hint of, not purple, but burgundy in there. I'm gonna add some dried florals to this. And something I did so that the florals stand up, because these are dried florals, as I can't bend them, they'll just go everywhere, is I just added some tissue paper in the back to help stand it up. So you can use that in your vases to, so you don't have to use as many florals and make them stand upright, especially if you're using, let's say, 3 stems, like packaging paper and stuff. You can add those in and it will help hold your stems straight up. So that's a little tip for you there. This came from Target and I just got it in. It's really nice. It's got the knobs and everything. I really like the coloring on this. The only thing I wish is it was bigger. They did a good job on it. It's not too thin or anything. It's very thick, but I just wanted it to be bigger. But I think this is really nice, but I'm gonna save that, I think, for a different area in the kitchen. This has a little brass detail on the top. These came from Walmart. I don't know if they carry the same set anymore. They came out with a new style of this, so I'll leave that link down below. Underneath the title, there's a button there that says more, and I click that and then it'll say another more button, click that, and then all the links will come up for you, and that's where I'll have all the decor that I'm using here today for you. I like how that kind of plays off, just that little detail, you know, pulls it all kind of together. And then I think for this side, my husband got me this really pretty egg holder here from France, and I really like it. He got me another one too, but it's massive, so it won't fit on the shelf. But it came with this really pretty wrapping paper, and I am just obsessed with it. So I thought this would be kind of pretty just to display And these came from Hobby Lobby. Add a little bit of height, but it warms up the space quite a bit. And I just think this looks really nice without it feeling like spring is here or anything, but a really nice kind of cozy winter vibe, and I really like it. I probably end up changing those, but the mirror that normally goes here is in the entryway, and I really like it over there, so it's gonna stay. So to fill this spot in, I have this piece of art here, and this came from Hobby Lobby. They might actually still have this, but it can go both directions, so it can go this way, but I think lengthwise would be better in here, in that area. But it's kind of nice. It's a little bit smaller, obviously, than the mirror, but it warms up the space a bit, but it's just a little different. These florals that actually were used in the kitchen last year, and I really like them. They're from Hobby Lobby. The dark berries, I mentioned these in my last video from Target, so if you haven't seen that, check that out. And then I have the fake branches. You can totally go cut some. These are just a little bit easier, and I don't want to prune any of my trees right now, so yeah, both are a great option. I just like the way the dark berries add a lot of depth to the space. So don't always think that for winter you have to add just simple greens. You can add pops of color in there, and it can really warm up the space even though they are darker colors. These came from the at-home store, and they're just basic wood ones, but they're really chunky, which is nice. And so I thought adding that for a height there, and then maybe moving these back to the corner to some cookbooks that I like and stuff. And so this looks really nice as is, and I like the way the curtains warm up the space as well. But I want to show you one other option in case you don't want to do art. You could do a mirror. And a mirror is great because it opens up the space so much. It acts as a window, and it can let in a lot of natural light. Even though it's not a window, if you put it near a window, it reflects that, and it's really, really nice. So that's one reason why I like having the entryway mirror over here, because it just adds a lot of character to this space. It reflects on a wall that I don't have any decor on, which is kind of boring actually. So I'm not sure if I'll get to decorating that today, but I'll show you how both of these options would look, because both are great. Just a mirror really opens up the space a lot more. So if your space is feeling kind of small or crammed, or just not like a lot of natural light, this would be a great option to add into a space even if you don't have a window. So for the dining table, I like to keep it very simple. So I added this cutting board from Hobby Lobby, but Target does have one. And then this beautiful vase that I got last spring from Target. And then some wooden candle holders, a little bit of greenery, our heat pads, and then some salt and pepper. Useful items that liven up the table quite a bit and still make it look really pretty. So for the island, I decided to keep it very simple. I did a clear vase and then some Norfolk greenery left over from Christmas, as well as the Target cedar greenery. And then these came from the Target dollar spot a couple years ago. But again, repurposing those Christmas greens for winter time is great. This paper mache bowl, I made this a few years ago with some pine cones. This is our family game room, sunroom area, and we love to play board games in here. And I love to use the stools for extra seating, and I got some new ones for this space, that way those ones can stay in the living room. But I got the McGee & Co tree over Black Friday sale, and so I saved a lot on it. I was really happy with it, and it's such a beautiful tree. I didn't have to fluff it at all, and it has like 8 or 9 different light settings on it. It is absolutely gorgeous, the most realistic tree I've ever seen. And I cannot wait to use it next year as well. So really beautiful. Definitely grab it when it's on sale. And it fits back in the original box, which is just awesome. I even fit this extra tree in there along with another one that I forgot about.
Small town, big crowd, and there you were in front of me. Small talk, big thoughts, all we wanted was to escape.
I really like putting the house back together and decorating after the holidays. It just gives it a nice clean slate. It just feels good. I decided to put this winter print up that I had already and then just keep this console very simple. I still need to style the inside of the cabinet, but that's for another day. I'm using my new Studio McGee vase along with these florals. I got these at the at-home store years ago, but they're light like the olive tree. So I really like the way those two look together in the same room. A lot of you asked me where I store my decor and stuff. I have a closet that has pillows and pillow covers in it, some vases and all that type of stuff. So that is where I store a majority of my items that I switch out for each season.
I love having you here with me. To dream big is no sin. The sky has no limit, yeah, we're free. This town's too small for dreams like this. Don't wanna settle down, don't wanna miss out on adventures, things we haven't seen. Take my hand and follow me. Baby,
And then I added these beautiful new velvet green stools that I picked up at Target, and I love them. And they come in 3 different colors, so hopefully they'll still be in stock for you. But this is the first time this room has been completely done, and I love how cozy it is. We use it every single day, and I love the way it turned out, especially when the sun's beaming through. I really hope you enjoyed today's winter decor with me. Again, everything will be linked in the description box below. Just tap the more button right underneath the title, and it will all be linked there for you. All right, now I'm going to share with you my really easy biscuit recipe. It is so good, and it's something that we make every single Saturday, and the boys can make it on their own. So you're going to take 2.5 cups of flour. You're going to take a tablespoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and then also a tablespoon of sugar. If you like it to be a little sweeter, then maybe 2 tablespoons, and then 1 teaspoon of salt. You're going to mix that all together. I like to use real butter, and so I usually use about 5 to 6 tablespoons of butter. And so then I like to chop it up into smaller pieces just to make it easier. This is straight out of the fridge. And then I kind of break it up, and then you're going to use this dough cutter, and I'm telling you, this is way better than just using a fork and a knife to do it. So you're just going to press that in. This is their favorite part of making the biscuits, and you're just going to do that for about a minute or 2 until it comes together. For the wet ingredients, I use 1.25 cups of either almond milk, or you can use regular milk for this with a tablespoon of lemon juice in it. And then I just pour that right in, and I just mix this. I don't mash it or anything like that. You're just mixing it to bring it together. And if you feel like it's too wet, you can add a little bit more flour, but it usually is spot on. You want it to be slightly wet so that you can make wonderful layers in your biscuits. So he did not like me doing it. He wanted to continue to mix it. So you're going to pour it out onto a mat or your surface, whichever. This just helps keep it a little bit cleaner. And you're going to just kind of bring it together and pat it out. And then you are going to fold it over, going to gently press it down again. You're not mashing it, just gentle press, and then flip it over and make another layer on it. If it gets a little too sticky for your hands, add just a little bit of flour on top, gently press it out, and then fold it over one more time. Now this is where, if you want them to be nice big biscuits, you're just going to press it out like so. But if you want to make like a flatter biscuit, then you can roll it out. Don't press too hard either, but it just depends on your preference for biscuits. I like them to be big and fluffy, but it's everybody has their own personal preference for it. So then you're going to use your cookie cutter, and you don't want to wiggle it around. You just want to cut straight down, and you're going to put it in a preheated cast iron skillet that's been heated at 450 degrees with the oven, okay? And I just lightly grease that, and I put my biscuits in, and then you can see here I'm not kneading it, I'm just folding it over and pushing it together a little bit. Those layers in there, so good. But I like to use the medium-sized cookie cutter from Hearth and Hand, but the large one works great too. And then I take whatever's left over and kind of form it into a shape. Put that in the oven at 450 for 12 minutes, and then I like to put it on broil at the very end, just for like 30 seconds or so to brown the tops of them. And this is how they turn out. Aren't they beautiful? Now you're gonna see the difference in the biscuit from what we rolled, which is here. This is about an inch tall. Not bad, you can still see the layers, but look at what wasn't rolled, how much better that is. Okay, so hand pressing is way better than rolling in my opinion, but you do what works for you. These were so hot, but I wanted to show you how beautiful the layers are in them. They're tasty, and again, if you want sweeter ones, then add a little bit more sugar. So I hope you can make those and enjoy them with your family. And I have so many fun things to share with you this year, so make sure you subscribe, you have your bell notification on so you never miss an upload, and give this video a thumbs up. Definitely helps my channel out. I really appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. And I would love to hear any special blessings that you have had happen to you this year so far in the comments below. I hope you'll have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one.